you excited to go on our trip?
Yeah. Where'd Daddy go?
He went to move the car.
And Daddy will swipe.
Yeah. I guess this didn't make it. I forgot to throw these out before I left. So I've always wanted to try to do a travel journal when I traveled. I've never been able to keep up with one. I would bring supplies with the idea and the intentions of doing it, but for whatever reason been too lazy or felt uncomfortable, you know, some other generic artist excuses. I've never managed to get one done. And for this trip I brought back, I made it real easy on myself, so I brought this teeny tiny sketchbook thinking this is so attainable. And I wanted to vlog it while I went along, so I, you know, vlog what happened, vlog me drawing in the travel journal. But the realities of traveling with a 2-year-old, vacationing with a 2-year-old it's different. It's very different. So I'm still not very good at vlogging around Daisy because I'm always, you know, I'm busy taking care of her, and I find it difficult to hold the camera around, especially when we're on the move, because if she wants up and I have a camera around my neck, I don't know how to juggle the two. And you know, there's a lot of, you know, trying to stop her from hurting herself or running off into a crowd or into the street. So I really have to focus on, you know, taking care of my kid instead of vlogging about traveling. Anyways, I took notes on my phone. So while I was there, I took notes on my phone, like what happened on each day. I sketched very little. Like I think the first night I sketched the happenings, and then the other 2 nights of our stay, I was too tired. Too tired, just permanently tired. I was too tired when the night came around to even think about sketching, and I just wanted to sit back and relax. So anyways, the point is, now I'm going to finish drawing in the travel journal. I'm going to, I want to do it now. I'm going to do the catch up based on my notes. And what is that noise? It sounded like 3 helicopters flew over the house. I need to move. I'm going to, what was I saying? You're right, I'm going to draw it now that I'm home. I have my notes, I have some of the sketches there. So I'm going to try to do it while it's fresh in my brain. Oh, also didn't get any paper things to tape into it. I brought tape with me. Like I traveled with little washi tape in hopes of picking up like a ticket, you know, because we went to the zoo, but I bought the tickets digitally, so we didn't have any, there's no souvenirs, no paper souvenirs to tape in this book, except for this one beach parking ticket. So that'll go in the book. I can't wait. It's too early to tell right now if I have failed on this travel journal. So let me get to it, and then I'll let you know in a couple days. I'm a little disappointed with how this book doesn't take ink. Like the ink is really, like it just bleeds through the next page. And I was assuming, because this is a moleskin, a little mini moleskin sketchbook, and I've used ink on the bigger moleskin books, and the pages are really thick, and the ink sits on top and doesn't sink through But these pages are like, it's like they took a regular moleskin page and sliced it in 3. They're like tissue thin and they're really bleeding through. I'm hoping it will still turn out okay once it's all finished. You know, if every page has ink on it, maybe it'll look stronger. I hope so. I'm already disappointed and we're nowhere near done. Hey buddy, you need something? You go outside? Okay, let's go outside. He just walks into the white. I guess one of the bummers about this book, and it's not that much of a bummer, but I'm doing all of these drawings from, you know, just kind of like my mind, or like that's so bad. I'm just drawing from my brain, or I looked up reference on my phone, you know, to fill in these pages rather than sit down somewhere while on my trip and sketch from life. But I just don't know that I will get the opportunity, especially on a family trip. I don't believe I'll get the opportunity to draw in person while I have a very active 2-year-old. Maybe when she's older and she's able to, you know, follow the rules of not running away, or she's better at entertaining herself too, then I could sit down and draw where we're at, and maybe she'll want to draw too, you know. So I really should practice that more at home, is drawing together, because if I try to draw around her, she'll just want to take over. Like, so whatever I'm drawing in, like the book I'm drawing in and the pencil I'm drawing with, she'll take over. I don't know, we'll have to practice more so she'll know where she gets to draw and where I get to draw. And it's not like, I'm never that strict on what my daughter can draw on, really. Like, I always let her scribble in my books. But in instances like this where it's like, well, I'd like to keep a book for myself and keep the toddler scribbles out of it for, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like I'm being too picky. That's why I'm laughing right now, is maybe that's too picky and too silly of a complaint, you know, like, get over it, Lindsay. Let your toddler scribble in your book. Anyways, my main point is I could practice with her more so that we could both draw at the same time on our own little drawings. I'm definitely going to have to go out on a day where she's in daycare and go on a little drawing trip for myself, because it's been too long since I've done that, and it's just one of the things I really liked doing, and just something I always wanted to get back to. So we will work on that. I got a lot of erasing to do. What a dang mess. What am I supposed to do with all of this? Alright, it's time for my first sketchbook tour. I've never done one before. Don't get too excited because this is only like 8 pages long, so it's not like a full tour. It's still a good tour. So I used the Pentel brush pen for this page. I bought a new one and I haven't used one in so long, and I'm so excited to use it. The only problem is it really bleeds through. The brush pen is particularly a wet pen, so it bled through to the other side. And then the rest of this is just Prismacolor color pencils, which was really fun to get back into. And then I use a blender in the background to kind of get everything blue that I don't want you to focus on. Oh, it's fun to play with that stuff again. I love color pencils, I love that blender. But see how badly you can see the brush pen from the other page? It like really cuts into this artwork, which is too bad because I really enjoy this. And I'm not going to go over all the text I wrote. Like, I'm not going to read this out loud to you. If you weren't looking for that, I hope you're not disappointed. Comment down below if you are. and I will reply, sorry. All day Daisy was holding her hands out and making them say hi to us, like hi, but then she'll be like, we don't have a face, which is both cute and spooky, and I'm all about that. That's my brand. That afternoon before dinner, we walked into the water on the beach, and I got bit on the foot for the first time ever. And I've been in the ocean just countless amount of times. Nothing has ever bitten me before. I looked it up that night when we got back to the rental, and it was this little isopod thing that bites, and they have really bad bites. Like, it stung really badly. I was just really shocked that something bit me and it actually hurt a lot. And he drew blood. It was so small. But this is what he looks like zoomed in. He's called an E. chiltoni. I don't remember what the E stands for. Some really long name that it's not important. He's a jerk. The next day we went to Butterfly Beach in Montecito, and I took Daisy in the water, and we kept seeing this single kelp leaf that was floating around. And she called it a happy birthday leaf because it looked like it was wearing a birthday hat. So here's a happy birthday leaf. We ate at a nice sushi restaurant that night. It was kind of fancy, but the chefs made this special plate of little tiny baby sushi for Daisy, so I wanted to draw that. The next day we went to the zoo, Santa Barbara Zoo, which was lovely and small and full of great birds. I particularly love the macaws. They're so pretty. And then that night we had fish tacos at this beach cafe that had the best views, and a Pacifico, because always get a Pacifico with your beach taco, your fish taco. This is a little Mickey Mouse video I put on for Daisy so that we could take our time and not rush through dinner, because usually we have to not rush, but you know, we have a time limit of how long a 2-year-old will allow you to sit there. And here is my only piece of paper I got that I could tape into this journal. There you go. End tour. Overall, I'm very happy that I did this. I always wanted to do a travel journal. My Pinterest is covered in everyone else's cute travel journals, and I'm like, why have I not tried before? So I'm glad I finally tried. Thank you, vlog, because I think I wouldn't have if I didn't have a vlog to encourage me to do so. Again, I can't express how awesomely disappointed I am in this book, but Will told me that this is the Kahir journal, so those have thinner pages. What I was expecting, I have this moleskin sketchbook. I thought this was going to be the same thing, only smaller, because that's really what I was looking for, and I don't know if that exists. But you see how I have like lots of ink drawings, right? They don't bleed through to the other side, and they sort of do, but you can barely see it, and especially if I were to draw on this side, you wouldn't even notice it. So I really thought that's what I was going to get out of this book. I guess I should have just used something like this. The problem is I really wanted a small size, because with my limited amount of time, I thought that would be a lot less pressure to fill the page. Like maybe this is just slightly too much page to fill. When I continue, I need to decide if I should try to hunt down something this size and flat. That's the other thing. I like how flat it is. Hunt down something this size with this paper and then move forward that way. What really makes me sad is that these pages are in this book. So if I start a new book, a better book, hold on, there's a helicopter. If I start sirens. Okay, I've gotta move, y'all. If I start a new book, I will lose these pages. So I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do. Anyways, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any good small sketchbook recommendations, I'd love to hear it, but I don't want it unless it's like this thin, right? No thicker than this. But the point is, I really liked doing this. I would like to continue it in future trips. Also, would like to just practice around LA, like where I live. I think I need a lot more practice vlogging outside and filling up a little journal. So I think I just need to do little excursions that are in town. Does that make sense? Also, and I think I mentioned this earlier, I don't know if I edited it out or not, but I do need to practice vlogging with Daisy when I have Daisy with me, and also drawing with around Daisy. So I need to figure all that needs to be practiced so that I can make the content I really want to make and make the vlogs I want to make, because that sounds like a lot of fun to me. Going on little mini adventures, they're not going to be that adventurous, but little mini adventures and then drawing about it in a book. Doesn't that sound great? Sounds great. Dreams, goals. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I think this has been great. So if you think this has been great, maybe like, maybe subscribe, and maybe I'll see you in my next vlog. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. You wanna bark at those chicks?
Okay. Buck, 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 buck. Buck, buck.
And here's Charlie's bed. Here's Bigby's blanket. And here's Charlie blanket.